What's up, YouTube? Chris at Legendary Mana, and welcome to Deck Teching, a new series that's focused on engaging Magic the Gathering players to build new and exciting fun decks. We have two versions of this series, Legendary and Community. Legendary is where we build a concept, and you, the community, can provide comments, feedback, and suggestions on how to improve on that deck. We make those changes, then we create playtest videos. Community is not much different from Legendary, except we are taking your concepts and ideas and making a video about them, allowing the community to comment, give feedback, and give suggestions on how to make the deck better. Then we'll create playtest videos. The goal of this series is to create new and exciting ways to play Magic the Gathering and allow you, the community, to get credit for your deck builds. So let's get right into it. Cue the intro. Delirium. Jund, not new. Delirium, not new. But Delirium, still not new. I've seen it before. However, this build is a little different than the ones that I've seen before. This one kind of focuses on ramp style, aggro, / removal, / whatever you want to call it. Kind of like a toolbox. Something that Jund has a lot of pieces to. So anyways, let's get right into it. First off, leave your comments below. Let's talk. Let's discuss what you think about this build. What can change? What can be different? What can make things better? The whole idea, again, just to reiterate the intro of the video, is I want to create a way we can go back and forth and collaborate as a community on building better decks. So here we go. In this deck, we're running 2 Death's Shadow, 3 Secure Tribe Elders, 4 Tarmogoyfs, 4 Grim Flayers, and 4 Liliana the Veils. Now, basically, Tarmogoyf and Liliana Veil are staples within the Jund strategy. One of the things I wanted to do was sort of create this slight Delirium action, because I think about this, right? The idea is to get cards in the graveyard to pump up Tarmogoyf. So if you're going to get cards in the graveyard anyways, and it's always going to be better to have more than 4, why not splash in a bit of Delirium? Now with Grimflayer, very popular card in Delirium strategy, allows you to basically scry 3 when you do damage, which is not a bad ability. I mean, anytime that you can swing in and scry 3, I think that's pretty darn good. Moving on to the spells, we have 11 removal spells. We have 1 Lightning Bolt, 2 Terminates, 3 Fatal Pushes, 2 Culligan Command, and 3 Tarfires. Pretty much a basic removal package. Nothing too crazy, nothing super out of the ordinary. So now let's move on. We have 2 Harmonize to draw cards later when you need them. 3 Lignifies, which I don't know if anybody's ever seen this card. I actually really like this card. This basically shuts down any creature abilities. I was playing a deck at one point that had a white card. I can't remember the name of it. It was a combo deck, and one card, which was legendary, your spells, or your opponent's spells, cost 1 more to cast. What? That sucks. Then he played a creature that players cannot search libraries. So that kind of sucks, because Traverse the Ovenwald, Bloodstained Mire, Verdant Catacombs, and if your opponent's playing Path Exile, it's just a big shutdown deck. So Lignify kind of would help that. And I've also noticed that there's a lot of decks that have sort of those issues. Like, think about it this way. Death's Shadow, you can actually play this on Death's Shadow, and it loses its abilities and it's an 0/4 Tree Folk with no abilities. There you go. I mean, but if you had Fatal Push in your hand, you can Fatal Push it, and that's fine. But if you don't have a way to deal with it in late game, Lignify is one of those cards that you could hold on to for a while, and it won't really matter. 3, Traverse the Ovenwalds, for obvious reasons. Searching up lands with Delirium active, searching up creatures, like Death's Shadow, late game. Inquisition of Kozilek, again, no surprise here. Surgical Extraction, 2 of those. No Surgical Extraction, no surprise there either. 3 Overgrown Tombs, 3 Stomping Grounds, 2 Forests, 2 Mountains, 3 Swamps, 2 Verdant Catacombs, and 4 Bloodstained Mires. Because think about this, Bloodstained Mires can pull any of your dual lands. Verdant Catacombs is in there because it's pretty universal to pull Forest, Swamp, or Overgrown Tomb. So it gives you 6 copies of fetch lands. Okay, moving on to the sideboard. Now the sideboard's a little interesting right now. I don't think it's the right sideboard yet, but it's what I have so far. So let's bring in the sideboard. And we have 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Maelstrom Pulse, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Mindwrack Demons, 2 Fulminator Mages, 1 more Surgical Extraction, 2 to Slaughter. Now, I don't know if this card makes sense in this deck, but I'm currently testing it with it because there are some like Super Friend decks or Tron that you can basically get rid of planeswalkers and creatures, especially since it's going to be pretty easy to get Delirium in this deck. It might be something good to have in your stable. 2 Naturalize and 2 Grafdigger's Cage. Now, I have been toying around the idea of dropping out Mindwrack Demon and bringing in Engineered Explosives, or maybe even getting rid of Pulse for explosives. Let me know what your thoughts are below. You know, again, keep in mind, this is a work in progress. Any of these decks, any of these sort of deck teching episodes are primarily supposed to be work in progress decks. They're not fully formed, they're not fully tested, they're not even believed to be competitive at this point. The idea is to get the conversation rolling, get you something else to think about, and start to get new decks in the system, in the meta, everywhere. Let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe. Let's do some deck brewing. See you next video.